How many times have you told yourself, this time is different. This is my year. This time, I'm going to actually follow through with my plans. I'm going to actually make this happen just to fall off again. I know you're familiar with that same old pattern. You get that motivation spike. You get to going, you running, you doing all these different things you're doing and hustling, trying to get to your goal. Then bam, life happens. You quit, and then you fall right back into shame. Man, I know, I get it. I've been there plenty of times. But this video isn't just about hype. It's about helping you to really make that actual turn to becoming the person that you want to be and to have the things that you want to have. So, if you're serious about your life and you're serious about making a change, I want you to stay to the end because I got something for you. Let's do it. Let's talk about the real reason why your motivation is failing. And that's because you need a new relationship with motivation. You need a new relationship and new way of thinking when it comes to discipline. This is what I want you to realize and understand from this video and on throughout the rest of your life is that you have to start to think about discipline as a disciple of discipline and stop having a boss mindset when it comes to discipline. So hear me out real quick. Hear me out. You're probably like, what you talking about? So most of us, we have this boss mindset about trying to control discipline. You know, we want to be able to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I have to do. When what you have to do is you have to learn from being disciplined. You know, Myron Golden always says that the thing that you're working on will continue to work on you until you actually master it.
Encourage you. The thing you're working on is working. It may not be making you money yet. It may not be getting you thousands of video views. It may not be getting you thousands of followers on your social media. It may not be generating hundreds of leads or thousands of leads, but I promise you it's working. And I know it's working because all work works.
And I didn't really understand what he was talking about until I started applying that to discipline. Getting up when I don't want to do something. Working out when I don't feel like it. Eating right when I absolutely don't want to. When you start to be a student of discipline and seeing how it's working on you, then you will start to see why it is beneficial for you. Instead of just trying to control it by having this unrealistic routine or unrealistic idea of what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. So you have to be a student. In every single thing that you do throughout your life, you have to become a student of that thing. So again, I'm gonna go back to this. The thing that you are working on will continue to work on you until you absolutely have mastered it. So think about the things that you're working on. Are you working on a YouTube channel? Are you working on your routine? Are you working on eating better? Are you working on your relationship? Those things will work on you until you have absolutely mastered it. So again, change your mindset around discipline to really become a disciple of discipline. And if you haven't told by now what the title is, but you have to be a disciple of the thing that you are working on in order to really take full control of it, instead of just trying to be the controller of it. Let it work on you, let it build you, and you will see that this is what you need to do. And now, let's focus on the next thing, which is really, I want to tell you a personal story of how I became a disciple of discipline. And we're going to get into it right after this. All right, so let's talk about something real quick. Something that is really near and dear to my heart. It's a personal story of, I guess you can say, encouragement. Really, I think the biggest part of this story is me becoming really committed towards the mindset of being a disciple to discipline. Now, take you back to about 2015, the year that I actually joined the military, man, and this year was really challenging for me because one, I had a young daughter. She was only about 2 years old, and then my wife, she was just pregnant. We just figured out we was having our second child, Morgan. And the big part of this story is that, man, I was working a dead-end job. And a lot of people will probably say it's not a dead-end job, but it was for me because I had so many more dreams. I had so many more things that I want to accomplish. But I was basically working at Enterprise Rental Car Company, right? I'll put a picture up, video up. Anybody that worked at Enterprise Rental Car Company dog, I know what y'all went through because I used to work the front desk selling cars, renting out cars, selling actual insurance packages. And the big thing about that job is that we always had to wear dress shirts, ties, dress pants, dress shoes. Like we had to be to the T. And I hated it because I had to also wash cars, right? But anyway, at this exact time, I ended up transferring to the trucking department, which I thought it would be a better job. But one, I should listen to my girlfriend, who's now my wife. She told me, like, dude, you don't need to go all the way out there. It's not even giving you more money. You're just going out there further. But what ended up happening is that I freaking hated it, right? I hated it so much because I used to have to wash out the dirty cars. And this is back in Ohio where it wasn't always sunshine and palm trees. Washing off dirty trucks, dealing with customers, trying to sell their packages, and it just wasn't going well. Well, anyway, 6 months prior to me even going to that job, I actually signed up for the military. So on my breaks, I would go out study. You know, I would sit in the car and I would just sit back and be like, Lord, I'm just so ready for this to be over. I'm just so ready for this to be over. But it was one instant. The actual manager at that actual trucking company, I think his name was Jason. Bro, this dude was a prick. I'm talking about an asshole. But I get it. Like, he wants to move up at Enterprise. He's trying to do the best he possibly can. And this dude was just, bro, I was like, I wanted to fight this dude so many times because they knew I had already told him, like, man, I'm getting ready to join the military in about 3 months. I'm going to be out of here. So then it came down to like a month before me leaving. And only thing they had me doing was cleaning trucks, bro. Cleaning trucks. Like, they didn't want to fire me. They didn't want to get rid of me. Because I was doing my job. I was coming in. I was always great. But this is when I really got to the point of this video is I became a disciple to discipline. At this point, I'm talking about I was working out, running, reading my studies, doing everything I possibly could to really set myself up to become the man that I wanted to be going into the military, right? So what I did is I really stuck to my britches. I really stuck to the point of I am going to do this and I am going to learn from my mistakes, but more on, I am going to learn how to become a disciple to discipline. So what I did is being the true student to the actual game of what I need to do to become a Navy sailor, studying, reading, swimming. And I knew that at that point, I was gonna make it. I was gonna be everything that I wanted to be because why? I learned that what I was working on me. And it became me. I became the person who was disciplined. And once I left that job, and once I stepped on that Navy bus, and once I stepped off, I knew I was prepared. I knew I was going in a new direction. I knew that this was the right choice for me because I was prepared. So if there's anything that you want to be, if you're stuck at a dead-end job, if you're stuck doing the things that you don't want to do, figure out the next path for you and become disciplined towards becoming the better person in that role, becoming the better person in that overall objective. And I promise you, if you really dig deep and you really like say this is what I want to do, it's gonna happen for you, bro. I promise you it's gonna happen for you. But you have to be the person that is willing to fight and willing to take it to the next level. So man, I appreciate y'all listening to this story, man. And if y'all got into this point in this video, I just want to say I really do appreciate you, and I really do want you to write down in the comments what is something that you've actually had to turn the table on in your life and become a disciple towards discipline. I'm talking about really turning the tables and becoming that person who you've always wanted to be. This was my moment. You got any homework?
Mm-hmm.
What homework you got?
I have math and
Seatbelt.
something else.
Math and a seatbelt. Cool. So, doing the daily pickups. I really need to start showing the camera like what it looked like in the morning when
y'all be having y'all attitudes, and y'all be running late for school, and y'all be crying, and y'all be going through all y'all different things. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. But yeah, back to the day.
Just like that, it's a completely new day. So I want to end this video off by giving you some real practical frameworks that you can use to start to become a disciple to discipline. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with number one, is that you have to pick one routine. I didn't say 2 or 3, I didn't say 4, I said pick one routine that you can actually use that's going to matter to help you to really move forward in your life. That routine has to be on the same track that you're using to really pursue your goals. Now, number 2 is that I want you to look at this routine and make sure that all the cracks are filled, you dot all the I's and you cross all your T's, and you make sure that this is the routine that you have no negotiations. No negotiations whatsoever when it comes to this routine. Now, my daughter says she has to pee, so give me 1 second, be right back. Body time. So, again, this routine, you cannot have any type of negotiations with this routine. You know, the real famous video by Kobe Bryant when he set his routine for that summer to work out going into that NBA season. He said there was no negotiations.
I negotiated with myself.
Yeah.
The deal was already made. The deal was made when I set out at the beginning of the summer and said, this is the training plan I'm doing. I signed that contract with myself. I'm doing it. You know, throughout that process, you'll start talking to yourself like, man, I think I need to, maybe if we, nope. No, this is non-negotiable.
Yeah, non-negotiable.
Yeah.
He was only sticking to that routine. Even if he was tired, even if he was hurt, even if he just didn't want to do it, he stuck to that routine. So the same thing goes for you. I need you to stick to this routine that is really focused towards your overall goal. Now, I want you to track, this is number 3, I want you to track your actions and not your emotions. Why is that important? As men, as women, we all have certain emotions that flow through us when we don't want something, right? Or when we want something or we just don't feel like it. I want you to track your actions. How far have you come in this routine? What have you done so far in this routine to really get better? Don't track how you feel. Don't track what you're actually going through as far as emotionally. Track the action. Now, the 4th thing is that you can expect some type of resistance while you're on this actual path to becoming the greatest person that you want to be. Resistance is part of life. The resistance, the struggle, the impact is always just going to help you to become a better person. And understand that the resistance is building you. The pressure, the heat, the violence is all coming together to make you exactly who you want to be. So look at the resistance, expect it, and just know that it is part of your routine and know that it is part of your training. I can't get that any more clear. Now, the last thing that I want you to do is that I want you to honor the boring days. When you honor the boring days, this is the way that you're going to become the best person that you possibly can, because in the boring, monotonous routine is where you become better. Doing the same thing over and over, putting the reps in, is how you become a master at what you want to be. Again, what you are working on is going to work on you until you have mastered it. So work on it until you have mastered it. And then once you've mastered it, you don't have to work on it anymore because it's no longer working on you. So be okay with the boring days and know that it's just a part of your training. So now let's run it back. Number 1, pick one routine that's actually focused towards your overall goal. 2, I want you to submit to it with 0 negotiations. Now 3, do not track the emotions, track the actions. And number 4, expect the resistance as part of the training to build you up. And number 5, I want you to honor the boring days. Now, if this seems like a lot for you, right? If this seems like, man, I just don't know how I'm going to be able to do all this. I just don't know how I'm going to be able to make this happen. I want you to know that I am here to help you and to assist you. So I'm going to leave a link down below where you can actually sign up for some free training, right? A free consultation, a free mindset coaching training with me where I can help you on your overall actual quest. So if you don't know the first step, if you don't know which way to go, if you don't know what you want to do, if you just feel like you're a 1 or a 0 or a 3 or a 4 or a 5, or even an 8 or a 9 in life, and you want to get to a 10, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can do that down below. So click the link down below, get the actual free ebook that I've created, which is Elevate Your Overall Thinking, and then sign up for a free consultation with me, and I'm gonna help you to become the best version as you possibly can. Again, if you like this, let someone else know, subscribe, and let me know what you're doing in life and you just don't know which direction you wanna go. I'm gonna help you get there again. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. If you got this far in the video, or if you even watched 1 minute of this video, and if you subscribe, we brothers and we sisters. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Have a great day. And I'll see you on the next video.